I know for sure that you've probably spent over 10,000 hours creating your art. But how many hours have you actually spent trying to sell your art? So look, short story. Today, I just came across an ad on Instagram. This guy teaching people or selling art or selling ads on how to sell art online. And I was just listening to him. He was saying a lot of things that make sense, but practically, I do not see it. We're talking about selling art, selling physical art, selling physical canvas art. And then when I look at the bottom of the ad, I saw 4 of my buddies kind of like they follow him or they liked that ad. And Instagram is suggesting to me because we connected, we follow each other, we're friends on IG. So Instagram is suggesting that, pushing that to me because my buddies are on there, are down with that. And so he's trying to get me to also kind of get down with it. And I saw them, but I did not agree with that ad 100%. What he was saying on paper, absolutely. But practically, I did not agree with it. And not to throw shade on anything, but these buddies that were following this guy or liked that ad are some of my buddies that actually don't sell art, like in terms of what I do, like in person, physically, going to the shows, going to street festivals, showing up at an invitational in front of a museum or a gallery saying we're looking for some local artists to show up and just be a part of this community. Like just weekend ago, there was a Harlem week here in Harlem, and I could not be there personally because I have to be on my other joint selling, but I had some of my people over there like, yo, we're gonna set up. I said, all right, here's some of my stuff. Bring it over there and set up. And as a result, of course, some business was done. But it was like, yo, people were asking like, yo, where you at? Where you at? And stuff like that. So I show up. And my thing to you is this. There's a lot of people trying to get you to sell your art online. Look, I've had my website for 10 years. 10 years now. I started with Shopify, and then Square Up showed up. It used to be Weebly, and I signed up with Weebly. It was super cheap. It was like half of the price that Shopify was charging. So I migrated to Weebly, and Weebly got acquired by Square Up, and I automatically became part of the Square Up community. And also the good thing about that transition was that Square also have a payment system because I use Square for my payment, in-person payment, and even online now. So it worked out. I said, okay, that's cool. Since Square has a payment system and all that stuff integrated, that's cool. So, and then Weebly slowly faded out and everything became Square. Now I'm also in the process of making a transition back to Shopify because of now that I'm doing YouTube and some of the things that I want to do with YouTube. I found out that Square Up is not well integrated with YouTube like that. Shopify is better. So moving forward, I will be going back to Shopify. And even though the price is a little bit higher, but now I can actually afford it over, say, 10 years ago when I first started. So my thing is, it's not about the website. If you can't afford to have a website, if you can't afford to pay for a website and have all this design and all this look on a website, don't have a website. But one thing you can afford to do, one thing every artist can afford to do, is to find a way to sell. And that is showing up somewhere, showing up in person. I had a lady that reached out to me just last week, not even a week ago. She was talking about it was kind of hard for her to also go out. She said she discovered me last year when I actually started doing this last year, and she discovered me last year. So she kept listening. She was like, yo, I have no other option. Like, I have nothing to lose. I might as well just start showing up at the flea market. And she just started showing up, and she's sent me a message that, yo, it's working. And I'm figuring out that there's so many other opportunities that can come out of this. Now, that's what it's all about. So before I even get to the meat of what I'll actually try to talk about, look, the reason I 100% agree with her, because there's other opportunities that come with it, is because, look, I create art. I was struggling. I put some stuff online. It wasn't selling. My boy Eric was like, yo, you're wasting your time. Show up, hit the streets. That's if you want to win, hit the street. I listened to Eric's advice. I did that. And I started selling other stuff, art related. There are so many hustlers and grinders, people outside selling, but they're not artists. We are artists. We are lucky. We are different. So every product that I sell is is art related. Everything that I sell is art related, whereby people just sell cookie cutter stuff. They just go out to the print shop and get stuff done. If Knicks win the championship, they go get a Knicks shirt and just put it out and sell. We create art and then slowly kind of transform that into a product that people can buy. That's kind of like making a democratic art that people can actually buy and just take it with them. So, long story short, when I listened to Eric, I started doing that. And then moving forward in the future, however that happened, I listened to Kayla Carlisle on YouTube, and she mentioned about you could start doing this to also kind of advise and share what you experience. And I started doing it on YouTube starting last year. It's not even a year yet. I think I started like September, and I took a break and then came back somewhere in November and continue and never stopped till now. And it's not even a year yet, and I got a message from YouTube that I'm monetized. And just like 2 days ago, I just got another message that they're saying that we are working so hard to find you a brand collaboration or a brand partnership, which I have no idea that's how it goes. So I didn't even know all these artists or all these people that actually have like a nice following on YouTube or doing brand partnership. I thought they find a way to just go meet these people however that work, not knowing YouTube actually does that work for you in the background. So look at all these opportunities. I'm not saying that is what we should be doing as an artist, but just when you see that you think that you're just doing one thing, other opportunities start to come along. So for example, I started selling outside instead of just waiting for my website to get that sale in order for me to see money coming in. I was outside every weekend selling. So if the website sells, that's an add-on. If it doesn't sell, I'm gonna go out every weekend and sell, because now cash flow is very important. Like I said, how many hours have you spent creating your art? It's probably over 10,000 hours. But have you spent thousands of hours trying to sell, trying to learn how to sell, trying to communicate, trying to learn how to engage with people, just trying to be outside? Because showing up with your art or with a product, something that you created, something that has an attachment to you, that's art related, it's 95% of the work already. So I started doing that. I don't know who saw me and how that ended up, how did that transpire. A word got to a Pepsi that there's a guy in the street selling art, whatever, he's an artist, and Pepsi trying to do, it's a New York thing campaign about New York artists and the grind in New York and stuff like that. And they decided that they want me to be a part of it. They started reaching out to people in Harlem and looking for ways to get to me. And the word got to somebody that I know, and she reached out to me like, yo, there's something about Pepsi, but I think the description fits you. So here's this lady's number. Reach out to her. I think that they're talking about you. If it's you, then you pick it up. And when I reach out, and when after description, she said, yeah, we was looking for you. So let's take it to the emails and let's do a video interview. And then we went out and did that. And as a result, and then Pepsi came to the studio, came right here, and 1 minute later did my shot, and then they drop a check for that, and I'll do a video actually about how that actually happened. And they pay for everything. They pay for every image capture that they did here in the studio. that was an opportunity that I didn't see coming. So I'm piggybacking on what the lady was saying, that now that she's doing flea market, she see that other opportunities can come out of it. Yes, absolutely. That's how it works. We don't really see what's coming. What you didn't see is what you get. I know the actual word is what you see is what you get, but I'm telling you, in business of selling your art, what you don't see is what you get. It's the same. On the same token, I was outside selling. Somebody reached out to me, hey, would you be interested in like a teaching and stuff like that? They went to this private school that kids pay for like $40,000 a year, and recommended, I'm an artist who was in the streets, just selling art in the street, and recommended that this guy will fit this thing that we was trying to do in school, for him to come and teach our 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, since their parents pay so much money, 40 grand a year. This is, 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. So they reached out to me. I went, we had a meeting, and boom, I was in there. No question asked. It's like, teach whatever you want to teach. No interference. No one is interfering with whatever you decide to teach. And that's exactly what I did. The amazing part of that was that some of the teachers would actually be like 3 teachers would show up and sit in the class while I'm teaching. And they will be asking questions with the kids as well, and they will be doing the demo. They get their hands dirty. It was so much fun. And like, I did not see that opportunity coming. And that was got me into like, wow, this teaching thing is really cool. I don't like waking up in the morning, and I don't like the politics in the school and with the little stuff. But the teaching, talking about art and doing the art, the demos and all that stuff, that I'm with it 100%. So when Kayla Carlisle mentioned that we can, you know, where you can bring it to YouTube, not directly in person, I just watched a video and she was advising. I was like, you know what, now that I'm not teaching, I can actually do this with a camera on and share some advice. And that's how I started doing this. And now YouTube monetized me, saying every month we're going to throw you some little change for your supplies for this. So I'm just saying that the opportunities are unlimited, are infinite. It just keep coming. It just keep coming. But you have to start. You have to show up. Showing up is 95% of selling. So as an artist, you either sell or you lose. You either find a way to sell or you lose. You spend so much time, you spend so much money to learn your craft, to get these skills that on top of that talent that you have, you build this skill, but now you're sitting down waiting for someone saying that there's a way that you can sell your physical art online. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. Of course, it does happen. It is happening 100%. But you just started, you don't have no audience, you don't know how to drive the traffic to your website, but maybe you're just being a little lazy. I'm not attacking. Maybe you're just being a little lazy because it's easier when you just create something, photograph it, and list it on your website and just go to sleep and just waiting for the sale to happen. Maybe it's just that easy. It's easy that way. So you want it to happen that way, so that way you can just be in the studio, take your time, paint, and sip on some coffee and just having fun. I'm doing art full time, and then then the order came through, and then you pack it up, and then you ship, and then you're just sitting here. It doesn't really work like that. Every single painting that I have sold came from someone who bought a t-shirt from me, somebody who bought an apron, somebody who bought a hoodie, a jacket, somebody who bought a small something from me. And I had them on my email list. And I keep sending emails on a weekly basis. And they ended up buying a house and then decided that, you know, it would be nice to have this guy's piece in our new home. And that's how I sell painting. And these guys are not collectors. So you have to pick and choose. You have to make a choice. Pick one. Are you an artist who's trying to just sell to collectors, the bougie collectors, the so-called the collectors, the museum route? If that's your route, then this probably doesn't relate to you. Then you could sit back and wait for the collectors to come. You can sit back and wait for the galleries to reach out. There are a bunch of videos how to get to the galleries, how all this other stuff. Yeah, if you really, really want to grind hard and go to Chelsea and hit every single gallery like I used to do when I was in school, go to every single building. But I was just doing it, just glancing, just seeing what's going on. But if you want to get into that, then you have to grind too. Go over there and go find out way to connect with them and do business with them, but not by sitting down waiting. If you want to sell direct, then now we're here, we're talking. If you want to sell direct, then we are here. I'm gonna tell you a short story. Look, even when you go way back in the days with the masters, when they were painting, for example, like Claude Monet, he was also a struggling artist, actually to the point where he actually had to stop painting large format paintings to focus on still life, small still life paintings, so he can sell as his bread and butter to make a living, to continue to live, to continue to have that fuel coming in, to continue to have that small cash flow for him to continue to build, to work on his large pieces. So depending on large pieces alone, it's always been a struggle. It's not a thing that's just, it's a thing today. It's always been. It's always been. Jean-Michel Basquiat used to walk around Soho selling postcards just to kind of keep it going. Every artist need a bread and butter. So you either sell something or you lose completely. Waiting for your large format canvas to sell in order for you to pay your rent is a losing route. Waiting for your large canvas piece to sell in order for you to survive, it's a struggling route. And then you might do it this month, you might do it next month, but what about the next 6 months consistently? That's gonna be hard. That is gonna be hard. I don't sell canvas every week. I don't sell canvas every month, but I have money coming in every week. I do have money coming in every week, and it's not canvas money, and it's not large format money, but it's art money. It's a skill money. It's my talent money. It's something that I put this work in. This studio that I invested in is one of the greatest asset that I have. And this thing keep printing money. Every week I'll go out and sell something art related, something that I made with my hand, something that I created right here on my workstation. So you need things like that. You need to be able to sell it, whether it's a large canvases, small canvases, print, loose canvases, however that is. Show up somewhere and get your thing moving. Let the world see you. Pick. You want to sell direct? You're looking for collectors? Then that ad is for you. That ad wasn't for me. That my friends were liking it and all that stuff. Because maybe they want to go the collectors route. If they come to me, we have a conversation like, yo, listen, there's the new small museum opening down the block. I think you should start showing up every weekend. Yeah, I think that was a good idea. That would be a good idea. But the weekend will come and you don't see nobody there. Some people find I think it's like an ego thing, or maybe, I don't know, like I can't be seen out there doing stuff like that. And that's what I used to feel like. That was my thing. That was my struggle until Eric was like, yo, take that thing, that thing off your eye and just show up. And it was one of the greatest decisions I've ever made. So show up. What do you sell? If you are artists and struggling, it's like, what do you sell? Find something to sell. Find something to sell. I went to the Metropolitan Museum of New York, Met, and I saw this. I have a friend who is a super fan of Van Gogh, and I copped this, and I was like, when I see him, I'll give it to him. But in the meantime, it's here. Look, it's a print, nicely set up, and it's in the sleeve. It's like a poly sleeve, transparent, nice poly sleeve. $18 plus tax. It came out to whatever. But can you turn some of your art into something like this and show up and sell it? If the museum is selling it for, say, $18, you probably can sell it for 15 or 10, depending on how much you got it made. Can you do that? I came outside of the museum. There's an artist out there selling, and the guy doesn't even speak English. The guy is Chinese. He's an amazing artist, and I stepped to him. I was like, yo, I want this, and I bought 2 pieces from him just to support, because I was just happy to see him. And I was trying to have a conversation like, yo, how is it going? And he doesn't speak English, but he speaks 2 fluent languages. And the first one is he speaks money, very fluent. And he speaks art, very fluent as well. So at least with those 2 languages, we were able to communicate. And then we got the transaction completed, and I went my way, and he continued doing what he was doing. So it's that simple. Well, anyway, when I came out of the museum and went to that guy, he had a magnet. This is a magnet, kind of like in New York City, all the avenues, right? Yeah, Broadway. He had a bunch of stuff on the Broadway, Brooklyn fashion, New York, Times Square, all these other stuff. So something fun for someone who's just, maybe visiting New York, can buy and just go stick it on their refrigerator. It's like 2 for $5 or something like that. Is there a landmark in your town, in your city, that you can take this idea and create something, maybe sell it for like $5 as part of the things that you sell? And then you have your canvases in the background. So even if the person is not in the market to buy a canvas, they will still spend money with you, buy something, right? At the same time, I bought this watercolor painting from this guy, the same guy. I bought this watercolor painting. This is a Central Park in New York. So he sat there, he looked at it, he created it nice, and then he framed it. Nice. $10. I'm not sure how much it cost him to get this done like this, but it's beautifully done. And I bought it for $10. I spent some money with that guy outside as well, just to support, for me to keep telling myself that this philosophy that I'm on works, and it's working. Here's the proof. And there are people in front of the museum that wasn't artists at all. They just selling, I love New York and Brooklyn. They just got t-shirts and stuff. People were just selling. So if you're an artist, I don't really see an excuse that unless collectors show up, unless the museum or gallery or somebody showed up and said, let's do business, you are not going out there to meet people halfway. You have to, otherwise you're going to continue to struggle. The struggling has always been. There are so many artists who lived and died and struggled, and nobody know who they are. My favorite artist, Paul Cézanne, struggles so much that he has to die for him to become the legend. The bougie community in Paris shitted on him so bad. He has to go back home, Aix-en-Provence, just go live there and just paint peacefully and just not worrying about them. They embrace him after he doesn't actually need them. When he took it out of his mind and, you know what, I don't want to have nothing to do with them. That's when they went at the end of his life. So the struggle is real. It's always been there. If you don't want to struggle, there are things you have to do. You have to sell something. So what do you sell? An artist, what do you sell? Find something to sell. You can either sell something or you're going to struggle. There's no 2 ways. You have to sell something or you're going to struggle. If you put your work online, I have a website. I had a website. It's been live for 10 years. 10 years. 10 years. But I do more business in person than on my website. Every once in a while, unexpected order will come in, boom, 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 boom. But that's not as consistent as me continue to grind in person. It's just like a music artist that put out an album, right? And then sitting down waiting for the CD or the album or the cassette, whatever, the records, whatever, that physical thing to sell in order for them to be financially set. They will also go out there and do shows. They will go do tours. They will do appearances. They put out an album and they go out to do shows. They're always out there doing radio appearances, club appearances. Continue to grind. They continue to grind, and it connects the people back to what they're selling, and people buy what they're selling, and they find out, oh, they're out there, they're doing the show, they're coming to your town. And then, so you have the both ways. You making money out there touring or doing shows, and then your album is also bringing you money. It's the same thing here. So I have a website. I listed my product on the website, and then every week I'm out in the streets. So for me, that's like doing a show. That's like an artist on tour, an artist in the club going to collect 10,000 here, come in for an hour, perform, get that money, and go to the radio station. Want me? You'll come do an interview. We'll give you extra $2,000. I go do that interview, take that $2,000. Somebody call you like, yo, give me a 16 bars, jump on my records, and I give you a little $5,000. I take that $5,000, I write something, I spit on there, so that's you need that. You need all these incomes coming in over just me saying I have a website. It's beautiful. You can go to my website, click the link below, and go to my website and check it out. And just waiting for everything to happen. No, it doesn't happen that way. So you either sell or struggle. And we're selling our skill, our talent, our art, our creativity. These are the things you can sell. These are scribbles that I think I did a video. One of the videos that I did, I used this scribble. If I decided to just frame these nicely in something like this and sell it for $10, that's money, but it's laying here, catching dust, not doing anything. But believe it, if I put this in a very nice presentation and then sign it and bring it out and say I'm selling for $20, someone would purchase it. I can never sit here and say no one will buy it if I have not tried it. I cannot sit here and say, oh, I don't know, it's too childish. It's just too yeah, but that's art. If I go out there, I'm not sure if somebody will buy it. But I haven't even tried it. If I rip this off, this is on a watercolor paper. If I rip this off and frame it nicely, sign it and bring it outside, I guarantee someone will buy it. So you never say you can't do it until you try it first. You never say it's not doable, it's not feasible, it can't be done, it's impossible, unless you do it. We have to do more than just listing our product or our art online and sitting down waiting for it to happen. Even if you do you put your art on the site and for these people that do they fulfill it for you, they'll print it and everything and ship it for you. You still have to be the one to draw the traffic for that print to be sold in order for them to pack it and ship it for you. So most of the work is actually on us, the artists. So that's why I was saying that how many hours have you spent trying to sell? Because yes, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. The starting might be slow and might be hard, but it's okay. You still have to start. The starting might be tough. You got an ego. You're not used to talking to people looking at you. What did you sell? I remember one day I was when I first started selling outside, and someone was passing by who was like, yo, what is this? What? Like the face that he did, it was asking me, his gestures asking me like, what is this? What is this? And that can turn you off. But I know that he's unsellable. Like, I'm not trying to sell it to unsellable. So let him go. But people that this is for them, they stop. One of the assurance that I had, it was this lady that she said she worked for Chase Bank for so many years and she retired. And this lady had money. So she came across me and then we started having a conversation and she said, yeah, she just retired. Everything is good. And this lady's spent like $250 with me. Say she's gonna ship it to her cousins and family in South Carolina. And she bought something for herself too and spent money, and we had such an amazing conversation. And she left. When she left, and I said to myself, oh, I think there are specific people who this is for. It's not for everybody. So if you go out, you might not sell to everybody. It's probably going to be just 5 people that's going to come talk to you, and 3 out of those 5 people will buy. And those are our people. Those are the tribe. Those are our tribe. We're not, art is not for everyone, but art is forever. There's always going to be those people, our people, that's going to come and they're going to support. I just received a beautiful message today. A lady that I shipped 2 t-shirts, I hand painted beautifully. And when I finished, I knew this thing looked good. And I shipped it, I said, it's beautiful, you're gonna love it. And then today she got it, she just sent me a message. She was like, oh, I'm gonna come back and get some more. And I got some gifts that I have to, give, and I'm gonna need more. So those are our people. But if you don't go out, again, if you go out and make some money and you can afford to create a website, you create a website. So you have both of it. So certain things, like if you don't have the website, that sale will never happen. And on the other hand, if you don't go out in person, that sale would have never happened. So it's a both. It's a hybrid. So we need best of the both for it to succeed as an artist in the long term. So you either sell or struggle. And if you ask me, you can never lose if you sell something. If you're an artist and you are selling something, you can never lose. As long as you're selling something, you will never lose. So plant that seed here and start thinking about selling something. It doesn't have to be, yes, but you lead with art. Art is always the anchor. Art is always the backdrop. Art is always the soundtrack that you have to build on, that you have to set on top. So art is like the platform that you stand on top to be like, yo, I got this, I got that, I got that. But who are you? Oh, you the artist. Yes. And that is a sellable brand that's attached to your forehead. People, oh, he's an artist. Now they don't mind buying anything. Just like somebody just does music. And for music, they start selling sneakers. But sneakers has nothing to do with music, but because he's standing on top of the music, he can sell sneakers, he can sell clothing, he can sell perfumes, he can sell, you name it. It's no difference from us. It's no difference from me and you as an artist. We can do all of that as well. So if you sell something, you will never lose. You can't lose if you sell something. And also, it's like, if you have this mentality, you have this mindset, how can an artist be poor? How can an artist be poor? When Claude Monet realized that things are not going the way that he wanted to go, he flipped the script and started selling still life, started creating still life paintings and selling them for lower a price point, just so he can continue to build his career, continue to actually to grow. But I need to eat, I need to survive. So let me create this quick. It's just like creating a watercolor painting, like I said, little things like this. You can work on little things like this, little things like this. In the meantime, to have something coming in. And then you pushing for your large format to be sold down the line later, because that's the soundtrack, that's the backdrop, that's the anchor. So how can an artist be poor if you have all these information? How can an artist be poor if you know that you can actually sell so many other things? If you stand on top of the shoulder of your art as an artist, right? So how can an artist be poor if you do those things? If, like, what do you sell? You know that, what do I sell? Okay, then I need something to sell. If I don't sell, I'll struggle. Okay, then I have to find a way to sell. I cannot lose if I sell something. Yes, I need to show up. If I don't show up, no one would say, yo, let me buy that. So I need to show up. So I cannot lose if I sell something. And how can I be poor if I'm selling something? How can I be poor? You got hustlers and grinders out there selling cookie cutter stuff. Let alone you an artist selling beautiful, colorful, handmade, and with you as the brand, as the man behind the work, as an artist. People love to talk to artists. People love to have a conversation with artists. How can you be poor? No way. So create a product and sell it. Create something and sell it. Create something and sell it. The only way out is selling. The only way out is selling something. That's the only way. The only way out is selling. That's what I'm going to tell you. But if you want to be one of those guys who say, I got an IG, I got an Instagram, I got my website, I got my business card, so that's it, I'm in business. But yet you're going to sit around and be broke. You're going to sit around and be poor. Having an Instagram looking beautiful and having your website looking beautiful and having your business card in your wallet every time you meet someone, oh, here's my business card. I don't even have a business card, honestly. I don't have a business card. One thing, if you're going to start doing the in-person thing, and I don't discourage anyone from doing website. I have a website for 10 years. I still have it. I still do business. My newsletter went out this morning. The link on my newsletter, if you click it, it will take you straight to my website. So website is super relevant. If you can afford it, if you're just getting started, you don't have the money, you don't have to do a website, but you can just go outside to sell. There's no money involved. It's just about spending a little bit of money, set up a studio, create some work, and just go out and go sell. Later, when you make some money, you can set up that website. So you have best of the both for the hybrid. So I'm definitely for that. Have it, the website, let it go. Let the website be useful. But like I said, I don't have a business card. I do not have a business card. I'm like, you know what? That bougie stuff, I don't even do that anymore. If you come, I take your email address, give me a follow direct on the Instagram. And one of the things I would recommend is if you're gonna go out and sell, if you're gonna jump on this journey and start doing it, or start jumping on any festival, any street fest, or any fair that you hear is going on, join in, show up, let the community, let your neighborhood, let your church, mosque, temple, let the world start know you, recognize you as an artist. Then you can also get a flyer. I also recommend flyer. If you give someone a flyer, they can bring it home and it can just be laying around, or they can stick it somewhere. And every time they see it, you come in mind. Every time, it's almost kind of like a physical Instagram or physical website. If they see it, it comes in mind, and one day they have it in mind. One day I want to support this guy. So flyer works because it's picture over just business card, which is just words and just phone number. People don't really use it. At least for me, I don't do business card. But flyer, I would recommend it. And if you have the money, it costs money to print flyers and design and create flyers. But if you are at your place selling your art and you have a flyer, so the flyer can have all the art information as well, plus images on there for people can see. So it does the hybrid does both of the, like you're killing two birds with one stone. And you can use that when somebody come, whether they buy something or not, you can give them a flyer and still collect the email addresses and still have them give you a follow on social media if they are on the social media. If not, so sometimes people ask people for email address. Say, oh no, I don't really do the email thing. I don't have an email. Oh, so here's a flyer. Take a flyer. Oh, all right. Are you on IG? Okay, follow IG. Some people just don't do that. I don't do the tech thing. I'm not tech savvy. I'm not on Instagram. I don't have an email and that. All right, take a flyer and stuff like that. So it's just, you just find a way to stay relevant and stay connected to the people, and that's about it. But stay live wire, stay active, stay alive. Like you got to continue to push. It's not easy. Starting might be slow. Starting might be hard, but it's okay. As we continue struggling and moving forward, it's gonna get better. I hope you find some value in this video right here. I hope this work. I hope you're gonna go out there and try to make it happen. Try to sell something, because if you don't sell something, you're actually losing as an artist. If we are not selling, then we are losing. And day in, day out, we are not getting any younger. We don't want to be those artists that have all these excuses and all these stories because we didn't get to work with the galleries and we didn't get these collectors to come find us. We hear all these beautiful stories about the Basquiat's and the Andy Warhols and all these other beautiful stories, and everybody's expecting the moment to come. That moment might not come for you and me, but we got people out there that love art, ordinary people that will spend $5,000 to buy art, but they are not collectors. We can find those people. We can find our own tribe, our own business people that spend money with them, buy accessible art, sell them on accessible art. People who can buy democratic art, because this can be sold 10,000 times. This single print mess is gonna reprint it and print it and print it and sell it over and over and over and over. You can create your own art. I can turn this one of my pages into that and sell it as many times as possible too. And as long as I plant my flag there, as this is my brand and people know me as my work and what I do, and I'll be here, they're buying piece of you, they're buying an extension of you. Whatever you have, they're gonna go for it. So I hope you find some value. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hype, connect by hitting the bell notification, so every time I post you can get some notification. Share this video with a friend and a friend and a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. Hit the link below, go to my website. You might learn a thing or two. I always say this. Hopefully I see you on the next video. Salute one. Peace. Hey, just want to take a short break to invite you to check out my beautiful artwork, especially if you love giving a gift that's made with love to a family member, a friend, a loved one, or even to yourself. I just want you to know that I've hand painted over 10,000 of these beautiful one limited hand painted aprons from right here in my living room studio. These beautiful aprons are not just for cooking, painting, or creating. A form of therapy, a transformational tool for survival, and a constant reminder to you that you are also a creator. This is a masterpiece of apron that you can actually live in. So this is not just a purchase, it is an investment in your own creativity. So I encourage you to hit the link below and grab your one-of-one limited hand-painted apron. Also, while on my website, I want to invite you to check out my canvas masterpieces. And let's get back to the show. Thank you. Peace.